In January of 2017, Capital Broadcasting Company launched an unprecedented outreach initiative for victims and survivors of human trafficking. Capital Broadcasting employees Elizabeth Klein and Neil Solid coordinated this groundbreaking campaign.
The purpose of our PSA campaign was really, one, to connect victims of human trafficking to resources all across the state. Secondly, it was to educate the general public as to what human trafficking is and what it looks like in the most authentic way possible. And last but not least, we wanted to teach people how to report it and who to call when they needed help.
Learn the signs of human trafficking at projectnorest.org.
One of the things that I think was the most unique about this whole project was the partnership between the academic scholarship of the School of Social Work at the University of North Carolina and a local broadcaster whose mission it is to help the community.
Human trafficking is a really big deal because it affects the most vulnerable parts of our society. Here are people that deserve safety and dignity and the right to life and freedom, and yet they're being bought and sold like objects.
Instrumental in consulting and helping us learn how to frame the struggles of human trafficking survivors from a media perspective were two professors from the University of North Carolina School of Media and Journalism, Barbara Friedman and Ann Johnston.
Trafficking is a public health issue. Trafficking is an immigration issue. Those kinds of things show up in the Capital Broadcasting campaign in a way that they don't tend to show up in media.
One of the best things I think that Capital Broadcasting did in the public service campaign, the Project No Rest campaign, was to really be sensitive to how survivors would see the messages.
He said he was my boyfriend, but I didn't choose this. He made me feel special, so I did what he wanted. Now I'm trapped. Does anyone know what he makes me do? Why can't anybody see I need help?
Media messaging for the effort took many forms, from short-form videos to radio and internet PSAs, engagement on key social media platforms, and even a town hall-style event featuring an address from the state's Attorney General.
Helping to disseminate it across the state and having so many people see it and having that spike in calls to the hotline are proof that a corporation of goodwill can make a difference in our community, and we very much appreciate that.
Capital Broadcasting not only blanketed the state with PSAs using all of its own divisions, but we actually paid for outside media on other broadcast entities across the state in order to get the widest and deepest reach possible.
We were able to not just have a local campaign, but that things were able to go all over the state, and not just on television, but radio and social media, because so many people get their news and information in such different ways now.
On the ground, local case managers reported a dramatic increase in interventions and calls for assistance.
Project Fight noticed a drastic increase in our hotline calls in March and April of 2017 as a direct result of the Project No Rest PSAs across the state of North Carolina. And we know that they have had a huge impact in the lives of victims and survivors here in the state.
On WRAL News, human trafficking stories were followed with a call to action.
And because we recognize human trafficking as a serious problem in this community, WRAL's parent company, Capital Broadcasting, is working with UNC School of Social Work on an outreach program.
Human trafficking exists here. It's in our own communities, and by having a better understanding of that, we can better deal with that. We can better recognize it, better help victims get help, and as a community really better respond to it.
Project No Rest has made all of those involved better humans. Not only are we more informed, better broadcasters, but we have connected with the community in ways that we never thought possible.